Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to a Revolting review. I'm Random Ross, and today I review Final Destination 3. So, this is the third installment in the Final Destination franchise, written by Glenn Morgan and James Wong, directed by James Wong, starring Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman, with other supporting cast, including a vocal cameo role from Tony Todd as the devil on the subway train conductor in a vocal role. But he doesn't return as William Bloodworth in this one. So in this one we follow student Wendy, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is at a fun fair with her friends and then goes onto a roller coaster, and then when she has a premonition of seeing her death before it happens, where the roller coaster malfunctions and breaks, and also there's a guy with a camcorder that drops it and it causes the chain of events. We then see her avoid that fate, only to have people that got off the roller coaster with her to die in the orders that they should have died in tragic, crazy accidents throughout. So that's the main plot there. Again, what did I like? Well, again, this was like the protagonist having a premonition, seeing their death before it happens, and of course Death gets pissed off by that and then goes picking them off one by one. Although you can't see Death, you feel his presence is there. Also, when I first watched this, I had no idea Tony Todd made a vocal cameo in this, but he did, and I've already explained his small part in it. But yeah, William Bloodworth is absent from the third and fourth movie. But yeah, I feel that this one they wanted to go with a more standalone story. You know, I mean, like the whole thing, like, you don't need to really watch the first two to get this one, but it'd be good if you did, so you know what happens. And yeah, like I say, this is like a standalone story, but still the third movie. I like Mary Elizabeth Winstead in it. This was the movie that kind of introduced me to her. I probably saw her in many other roles before this, but this is the role that caught my attention of her. And I've seen her in many other stuff since, and she's even Ewan McGregor's wife now. But yeah, I thought, yeah, she played Wendy great and was a good protagonist. I feel that maybe it was a bit of her early days. I'm not sure how long she's been an achieved actress for, but yeah, she was in this one. And also, there were some memorable deaths in there, including the sunbed death. That was a nasty way to go, getting cooked alive by a malfunctioning sunbed, and everything that could go wrong does, and yeah, with the Ashley and Ashlyn. Yeah. But also, there is other deaths, like the part where, you know, Wendy stops one guy from dying, only for his girlfriend to get killed by a nail gun because she should have died. And then at a July 4th event, another series of crazy events unfold. And then there's that crazy guy again who thinks he's cheated death, and he's like, you're dead, who's like a secondary antagonist. And of course, Fireworks miss him, but he doesn't get away. He gets flattened by a big billboard. But of course, we also know that there is no way out. These characters are still doomed, and when they get on a subway train at the end, we do get a call back to the first two, with the carriage being called 180. I like to think that is Death's number. And of course, Wendy foresees her death again. And this time there's no escape, you know. Death, you can't cheat it. So, yeah. Again, I like that this again sets. However, the endings are always kind of predictable with these films. Like, you know, our protagonist thinks they've cheated Death, and then they're celebrating having a new lease on life, only for Death to come back and get them. But it's kind of crazy how they do it and stuff. And like I say, this, I thought, you know, we didn't have any returning cast members from the previous two movies because they all bit the dust. I mean, Tony Todd could have returned as William Bloodworth, but he wasn't in this. But I've already explained his part in it. But Yeah, I liked how they got creative with the whole roller coaster thing, because the first one it was a plane, the second one it was a highway accident, and this one it was, well, a roller coaster ride. Yeah, you can't cheat death with the roller coaster and stuff. You know, death is always there. There's even that one kill in there where that guy gives him the middle finger, and then the cars clash and an engine gets revved into his head, which is another guy that should have been on the ride. Yeah. And I know I keep saying yeah, I just noticed that. But Final Destination 3, is it a good one? Yeah, I'd say it's a decent one. The thing with these sequels is they've always tried different ways and coming up with different creative ways of killing people in this, in crazy ways. Some are funny, some are tragic, some are just, build the tension for something that doesn't happen, or for something to then happen that you weren't expecting. That's what I kind of like about these films. And it's not like, yeah, it is a rehash with the whole cheating death thing, but, death finds other ways to pick people off. I also like that gym scene where that guy thinks he's cheated death, unaware that them swords that fell cut the cords for the weights that hold it up. And then he's like, see that? Woo, yeah, fuck death. Only for him to slam the weights and then to smush his head. That's, I think, is one of the funny scenes in that movie. Yeah, as twisted as it is. But Final Destination 3 is a good one. If they ended it there and rounded it off as a trilogy, that would have been good. And for a while it was a trilogy. I feel in the 2000s, every 3 years they made another Final Destination movie, like 2000, 2003, 2006, then the fourth one, 2009, which was meant to be the final one. Obviously we got a fifth one, which was a nice surprise that I didn't know we needed. We'll get to that one, we'll get to it. But yeah, Final Destination 3, what am I going to rate this one? It's a fun one for me, so I will give it 3.5 stabs out of 5. 3.5 stabs out of 5 for Final Destination 3. So there you go. There is my review for today. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share with your friends and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that notification bell. I have been Random Ross and this has been a Revolting review. So, until next time, don't have nightmares.